Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys, California. Before I begin, I'm going to give all praise, its most high Yahweh, acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledge Yahweh. I pray the most high bless this lesson this evening, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past in order to understand events that are currently happening on the earth. So we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. We see you. Now that you guys are trying to sneakily act as if you're trying to give us some acknowledgement as to the things that you've done us wrong, how you've done us wrong, things you've done us, how you've done us dirty. We still see, we're like, nah, man, you gonna admit all of this. See, we can see your actions now. The Most High's opened up our eyes, so we see you. You know, I woke up this morning and this video by Deborah Yah from her redirect channel popped up, and it was talking about the Cherokee Nation wants federal law fix for black tribal citizens. I'm going to show you guys the video shortly. The article. I'm just going to read it. You guys just follow along. We're going to talk about it because, you know, at Deborah Yah, they talk about how still that the black people that were here were Hamites. And it's like, look, everyone's out to their own opinion. But I'm going to go by how these people have been treated to figure out if they're Israelites. Now, see, they have recognized the things they've done to Ham, and Ham has their own lands. And, you know, they are, whenever the churches are trying to fix things, they always try to go to Africa to go fix things with Hamites. And they always ignore what they've done to the so-called Negroes, so-called, you know, the black people, which were really Israelites here on these lands. Because, see, the Israelites are going to be at the bottom of every single group. See, they're going to admit that, yeah, there were some black natives, but they don't have enough blood quantum to matter. So therefore, they're not native enough. So therefore, they don't get any of these perks, any of these, you know, we're trying to make things right how we treated the Native Americans. We're trying to make amends as Americans here. We're trying to, you know, let them have their own land, let them govern themselves in their little area right there. Give them a little money here and there. Let them get a casino. Give them some money to go to college. Yeah, well, if you're recognized, if you're white man recognized, if you're government approved native, you get all these things. But guess who got left out all the time? So-called black people. And they're going to tell you in this article that this is a law about blood quantum from 1880s, 1885, somewhere around there. And all of a sudden now, in 2024, now they find a problem with it. Now they're trying to revamp it. 140 years later, 140 years of you excluding my people, 140 years of you excluding my people from the perks and the benefits that you have been receiving. Now you think it's time for you to actually go out of your way to fight for so-called black people and our rights in your territories? See, you took the bag. Just how it always happens. We fight for rights, you get the benefits. We fight for civil rights, everyone else gets the benefits. And you guys took that because you're like, hey, they told you, hey, we know these so-called black people fought for these rights, but they're not going to be getting them because they're really under the curses. So what we're going to do is we're going to give these benefits to you, but you need to turn against these so-called black people. Make sure you teach your people to stay away from them. Teach your people that they are evil. Make sure your daughters don't marry them. Make sure your sons don't marry them. Make sure that you stay far away. You keep those same racist attitudes that we have here in America. Hey, you keep that same energy just like we have against these so-called black people. If that's not true, if that is not true, show me how that's not true. These natives right here are going to show you that's exactly what happened. Yeah, we're supposed to let these black people go. Yeah, we're going to put it in paper that you're supposed to do this for them and that for them, but we'll find some way so that you don't have to give them diddly squat. You don't have to give them anything. But see, now, why would they all of a sudden be trying to go to federal law to fix this? And they're only talking about one little thing. They're talking about like how cops were not allowed to go on tribal land and arrest their people. But they went on to tribal land in Oklahoma and arrested a so-called black man who was recognized as a native. But they said, well, he's not native enough because he doesn't have blood quantum. He doesn't fit it. He doesn't have enough native blood. But see, we go to powwows. This shows exactly why we get that energy. I get that energy. I get that feeling when I go there. Like, they know, damn it, he's figuring it out. Damn it. That means that the Holy Spirit is leading him, because we damn sure didn't tell him. We damn sure didn't let that black dude know that he's native. We damn sure, hey man, we kept it, hey white guys, we kept it, that same energy. We made sure he didn't feel welcome here. We didn't, go out of our way to, welcome him as a brother. No, we didn't do any of that. So it wasn't us that told him. So don't get mad at us for him being here. It wasn't us that told him. I know it wasn't anybody else here that told him. It must, it has to be the Holy Spirit, because she's the only one that's going to bring these things back into his remembrance. So therefore, that's why you see all these people afraid. That's when they look at us and they see that we are figuring everything out. They know it's not them, because they've all taken the bag, and they've all made an agreement. They've all taken crafty counsel against the Israelites. So they know when we start figuring things out and we start looking at them like this, like, y'all really? Y'all knew this whole time, and y'all just let us just, crawl around here on all fours, just like Nebuchadnezzar when he lost his mind. Y'all just been watching us, knowing the whole time who we are, knowing that we are the ancients, knowing that we are the people. Okay, now you remember, because we're going to keep that exact same energy. That's the energy we're going to have when the time of your calamities arise. We're going to look at you just like this. Like, okay, all right. We see how the game's played now. We see that you don't give a rat's ass about us. You don't care about us. You'll say certain things, just like the dude who's in the courts trying to fight for so-called black people. Bruh, you trying to save your own ass at this point. You didn't care, because y'all haven't cared for 140 plus years. You still really don't care. The Most High made you do it for confirmation for us. That court case is going absolutely nowhere. They all had other court cases that were already having our people fight for rights, but they're backlogged, as you guys call them. That means y'all don't want to deal with it, but you're going to deal with it now. You are going to deal with this mess now. You're not going to like the judge is coming now, because the judge is going to be in our favor now. And he ain't going to be telling you, oh, this is an impartial jury. No, it's a partial jury. They are partial for the Israelites. No, we're not going to fake it and make it seem like, oh, no, it's equal. It's going to be equal. We're just going to listen to every... Nah, man. Not no more. This jury is going to be partial to the Most High's chosen people. You've had enough time in charge to make amends. We've been telling you who we are. You know, because it's written on the walls. In those pyramids, they have people that look just like us. On the statues that you've hidden, statues of us. Olmec heads, statues of us. We are the original people. We are the Atlanteans that came over here and also established these places over here as well. You've all taken crafty counsel, and now you're going to be getting this work from the Most High. Like he said, in Proverbs 1, he tried to give you knowledge, tried to give you information, tried to give you understanding, but the times of the fisherman is quickly coming to an end. And you know it. And that's why some people are trying to say a little something without saying nothing. Like, the stuff in this article is like, hey, y'all giving a little bit of information, but y'all leaving a whole lot of mess out. Let me show you guys the article. Y'all can check it out. I just Googled it real quick. Cherokee Nation wants federal law fix on black tribal citizens. Well, shoot, if I go to powwows, I almost never see black Indians. Because people ask me, "Oh, are you here? Are you native or are you partial native? Or are you just are you just?" They don't even ask me if I'm native. They just ask if are you just here to support. They don't even ask if I'm native. They're like, "Are you here to support?" I'm like, "Hell no, I'm not here to support you." I said, "I am one of the originals. I'm the original people that was here. We are the ones that were here." And they just kind of get quiet. The same old response we always get. Not the "How do you know?" Or if they do ask, "Well, how much blood quantum have?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I'm not government approved." I really twist that knife a little bit more because y'all can't sit here and talk about the white man when you go to the white man to get approval. That's why he's in the middle of your dance when you have your opening and he's right there in the middle, showing his colors, presenting his flag, letting you know that I run this. Nah, you can't dance unless I say so. You can't dance and act as if, you're Native American unless I tell you you can. Because you are a government approved Native. I approved you. I'm your daddy. That's what you have done. That's what you've done by making a covenant with these people. You say, you just do what I tell you. You keep these Negroes down. You don't allow them to know who the hell they are. If they figure it out, just ignore them. If they start figuring things out, don't tell them. Just ignore them. I'm going to read a little bit of the article. I'm not going to, move. I just gave you guys a picture. You all can look it up and y'all can follow along, all right? One of the nation's largest indigenous tribes is seeking to change a 140-year-old federal law that governs criminal jurisdiction of tribal citizens on reservations based on blood quantum. Now, there's a whole lot more in that law than just criminal jurisdiction. We were supposed to have gotten land, money, education, tribal membership, all the stuff that you natives have been getting now all stems from these laws. This is the 1866 treaty. You guys are supposed to have done all these things for us so-called black people that you tried to figure out a way to not give us anything, which is exactly what y'all did with blood quantum, but you allowed the so-called white people to get like 1/64th amount of tribal blood, and they were full-fledged members, and they got all these perks, free education, business loans, free medical, all the things that we did not get. They've been able to get. Again, that's what happens when you take crafty counsel against the hidden ones, against the Most High chosen people. Psalms 83, look it up. It says why it matters. The move by the Cherokee Nation comes as the Oklahoma tribe is welcoming the descendants of formerly enslaved black people, once owned by tribal members as citizens. See, they always say, that was part of it too. Oh, you got to keep this same thing going that you enslaved us, that we were nothing but slaves. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna really believe that. We are the original people. We are the original people. And so don't give me that BS that we're all just a bunch of slaves and that you had us enslaved too. Yeah, I'm sure some of you guys did, but you knew that this is all about hiding the original people. And that's why when Sister Deborah Yao was talking about how it was Africans over here, I'm like, see, I still kind of pushing that whole Hamite, it's Cain, Mark of Cain and Curse of Ham BS, and that they were enslaved us so-called Africans. They knew who we were. There were plenty of a mix of black people, these people, other people. There's a mixing of different people that were here. But they knew who the ancients were because there were statues and murals of us all over the place. And we've been running this place. But that's cool. They still they're gonna tell you a little bit of information, as they give us a little bit of truth. Like they always do. They give a little bit of truth, but they give a lot of lies just to kind of throw you off. But that's neither here nor there. The big picture, the challenge to the Federal Major Crimes Act also comes as more indigenous tribes assert themselves over issues of sovereignty, political representation, and how they should define who is a tribal member. See, shows you that federal law defines who's a tribal member. not the natives. These Indians don't have sovereignty. Now they're fighting for sovereignty in 2024. Give me a break. Give me a break. Now you're fighting over, because if you really care about so-called black people, you wouldn't fight for us from jump. Not 140 years later, after you've done everything, after you've gotten everything, after you've enjoyed your blessings, which is what all of you are about to do. You've been enjoying your blessings. Now you don't know why you feel this way. Now you don't know why you feel so desperate and you're getting depressed, and all these things are like coming to your mind, but you don't want to know why. Yes, because just like these people did, they ignored the Most High's chosen people, and they took the bag, and now they know it's time to pay. So zoom in. Cherokee Nation Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. tells Axios the tribe is asking Congress to revamp an 1885 federal law that focuses on Indian blood, a racial category many tribes now shun. Now they shun blood quantum. In 2024, now you shun blood quantum. Get the hell out of here. This is what allowed you to keep us, exclude us from everything. And now you shun it. This is the Most High exposing everything about you. You don't shun Jack, because if you still had your opportunity to continue in this society, you would be doing it, and you wouldn't be saying Jack about shunning blood quantum. The only reason you're shunning it now is because we are bringing it to your face. Now we're showing you that you ain't the people. You are a government approved native. You are not the true people that the Most High made a covenant with. And blood quantum and you agreeing to it proves it. You are a white man approved native. And you've known it this whole time. So I love that. So make sure you guys check that part out. Cherokee Nation Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. tells Axios the tribe is asking Congress to revamp the 1885 federal law that focuses on Indian blood, a racial category many tribes now shun. Yeah. This is called coming over here and making fake I'm sorries. That's what you guys are doing right now. Y'all want mercy, but you guys are you're not coming with the truth, bruh. You're not coming with the truth. You are not coming with all the truth. Tell it all. That for 140 years you have been screwing over my people. For 140 years, you have been taking all the benefits and keeping it for yourself and anybody else that wants it and keeping it away from us. And now you shun it. See, this is what, and see, I have all these videos talking about blood quantum. These guys talk about blood quantum, blood quantum, blood quantum. White girls talking about blood quantum and how they were getting $13,000 a month during the time of the shutdown. And now she was all upset because somebody went back and changed a little something on a piece of paper, and all of a sudden she lost those benefits. And we've lost those benefits since 1885. Since 1866, we've lost those benefits. Please. We're going to continue. Federal courts have interpreted that law to require tribal citizens charged in criminal cases on tribal land to have a certain blood quantum to be prosecuted in federal or tribal court instead of state. Hoskins says the law discriminates Cherokee citizens of freedmen descent, talk about black people, who may be tried in a state court with other non-tribal members. And it needs to be updated for a new reality. Yeah, we got the new reality going right now. The new reality is that we've arisen. We have been awakened. That is the new reality. And it is never going to change. And you will not dictate who we are anymore. It's about the United States respecting tribal sovereignty and, frankly, catching up with the Cherokee Nation in terms of equality for all of our citizens. including Cherokee citizens of freedmen descent. Hold on real quick, family. I'll be right back. If you haven't found the article, go find it real fast. You got about a couple minutes real quick. I'll be right back. All right, family. I'm back here. All right. So, again, it's about the United States respecting tribal sovereignty and, frankly, catching up with the Cherokee Nation in terms of equality for all of our citizens, including Cherokee citizens of freedmen descent. Let me get that. Freedmen descent. So what does that say? What is the definition of freedmen descent from the Oklahoma Historical Society? It's a little link in that article. It says when the 5 tribes were forcibly removed from their homelands in 1830s, 1840s, people enslaved by the tribes also made the long journey to Indian territory. By 1861, 8 to 10,000 black people were enslaved throughout Indian territory. In 1863, the Cherokee Nation Council passed an act freeing all people enslaved by their tribe. But many slaveholders ignored the law. After the Civil War, new treaties between the U.S. government and Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Muskogee Creek, and Seminole abolished slavery among the tribes and outlined citizenship rights available to freedmen and their descendants. These treaties were ratified in the summer of 1866. And it just stops right there. Like I said, you might have had some enslaved, but there were plenty, I'm sure, that were free. There were also your brothers and sisters that were also the original native people. So please, miss us with that BS. But whatever. Still, so-called black people, which you rarely ever only they have accept the only black people that could be part of the natives were all enslaved. They were all just a bunch of slaves. Okay. Same old BS. Same old stuff in every single group. Okay? So, background, the Supreme Court ruled in 2020 that a larger portion of eastern Oklahoma falls within an indigenous reservation, preventing state authorities from prosecuting offenses committed by Native Americans on tribal land. But some black tribal members are still being prosecuted because they lack Indian blood. You guys are the ones that dictate who has Indian blood. But I see a whole lot of so-called white people running around here claiming to be Cherokee. How do you prove that they only need to have 1/64th native blood to be considered native? Like I said, that's why this place is going to be destroyed. That's why this system is going to be destroyed, because it has unjust balances. That's an abomination to the Most High. All you people have been, well, you guys only need this much blood, but you black people, you got one drop of Negro. Oh yeah, hell, you're none of us. You're just black. And you guys all went along with that BS? Okay. Okay. This is why you guys are all sad. You're all depressed. You don't admit what the issue is. Yeah, you know what the issue is. Our people barely heard about this kind of stuff. That 1866 treaty, all the things that we were supposed to have gotten. You called us freedmen. It sounds like, oh, we just freed the black man. That was your big prize. We freed you, but we're not going to give you any of the stuff that you had before, and we're going to make you fight through a system that's been set up against you. That's what a freed man gets to do. That's all right though. You're going to be freed from all your possessions real soon. You're going to be freed from all your titles real soon. You'll be freed from everything that you hold dear real soon. So you're going to be freed from a lot of things too. You're going to be freed from your senses, from your understanding. You're going to be freed from all those things too. Freed, man. So the Times highlighted a case involving Michael J. Hill, a black citizen of the Cherokee Nation, who got into an altercation with police on tribal land. He sought to have a case dismissed, arguing that as a tribal member in tribal territory, state officials were outside the state's criminal jurisdiction. But courts ruled he didn't have enough Indian blood to make the claims. Again, so we're going to work those laws to go against you when it's convenient for them. So the Cherokee Nation Supreme Court in 2021, ruled in 2020 that freedmen have the right to tribal citizenship. And the tribe soon approved changes to its constitution to include freedmen. In 2021, you guys find that kind of ironic that after 2019, when we told you all about 1619, 2019, all of a sudden 400 years has come to an end. And in 2021, these guys are now trying to amend their laws, right? To give freemen the right to tribal citizenship. Now you want to give us tribal citizenship in 2021 when you could have done it from jump? See, this is what happens. You guys already ran around the monopoly board 30, 40, 50 times, bought up all the property. You own everything. You've gotten all the perks. The bank is empty. The bank has no more money to pay us when we go around go now, and now you're like, oh, hey, man, you can come in and join the game now. We don't have any money. We don't have any land to give you, but hey, you can get your piece up there now. You want to be the little dog, the little dog from Monopoly? You can be that right there. Because that's what we look at you as. We look at you as a dog, as nothing. But that's all right, though. I hope y'all enjoyed it, because I'm going to have the whole board right now. That whole board's about to be mine. All that money you guys disperse between yourselves, that's all going to be mine, too. Among other things, read Joel 3. So, yeah. So now in 2021, like I said, look at the dates. You can see that they know. Just like that video I did a while ago, they know that their rulership is done. That's why they're all of a sudden now they're passing these laws at these certain times. Why now? Too late. Too late. The judge that is now, he's here now. The judge that is now for my turn is here now. And you know it. And that's why you run around here depressed. So it says the Cherokee Nation has around 15,000 enrolled citizens of freedmen descent. So we got 15,000 so-called black people. You know it's way more. You know how we do? Hey, way more than 15,000. Get the hell up out of here. The way we have babies, get the hell up out of here. You know it's way more. There's just 15,000 that y'all recognize, but there's way more than that. Yes, but other tribes who once owned black enslaved people are resisting to include freedmen as tribal members. So, that's all right, bruh. Keep that same energy. Because the Most High is about to mark us. When he elevates us, you're all going to know who the Most High's chosen people are. We're going to have that glow. Just like Leroy did in The Last Dragon. You're going to know exactly who the Most High's chosen people are. You think it's going to be people that are racist against other people? Don't sit here and give me that BS about how you believe in equality when you have been going out of your way to keep us all at the bottom. Just like it says right here, other tribes who once owned black enslaved people are resisting to include freedmen as tribal members. All right, bruh, no problem. Keep that same energy all the way until the end. Because the Most High is about to mark you too. He's marking you too. So just like we can see you, you're going to see us. So just the type of the way you treat others is how you are about to be treated. You have been racist against the Most High's chosen people. You have taken the bag for yourselves. You run around here like with your noses in the air like you're better than us. But that's okay, because that's in your spirit. That's what you've been given. But now that spirit is about to be shattered. That pride you have is about to be shattered. So I think that's very important. Yes, but other tribes who once owned black enslaved people are resistant to include freedmen as tribal members. Like I said, you didn't own all of us, man. Get the hell up out of here. Because that story about York and Sacagawea going, crossing the United States. Check out that Louisiana land purchase. They were talking about how York, he was the one that was actually communicating with all the other native tribes, and that as they were going across the United States, like all of these men were giving their women to York. So you think that they were all enslaved? So they knew who we were. They know who we are. So they were finding York with all these different women as he was going over the place. So these people knew exactly they wanted his seed, right, to have children in order to continue with our seed in their groups. So please miss me with that. That's history that is hidden that they don't want to tell you about. Everything is he has to be a slave. He's a slave. He's a slave. This guy's a slave. He's a slave. All right, come on, man. That's getting really old. Really old. Because you want to make it seem as if you guys were the ones that were doing everything. And then we were just, yeah, boss, yeah, massa, yeah, man, what you want, massa, yeah, massa, me and massa, save it. Between the lines here, it says the conflict is between the U.S. government struggling to differentiate between race and agreements with sovereign nations. Tulsa attorney Brett Chapman, an enrolled member of the Pawnee tribe, tells Axios, at the end of the day, it is a question of sovereignty. In this instance, we have one nation here that's trying to do it right, do it for the right reasons. Yeah, now, 140 years later, now they're trying to do it for the right reasons. Now you're doing it because you know it's a wrap. Someone knows that it's a wrap, and I'm trying to get some mercy. I'm trying to do something because I already know that we're about to have to pay for all this. And I want to be able to say, hey, black people, I tried to do something for you. I tried to help you guys out. I tried to get them to, include you, but they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't listen. You're just being used, bruh. You're just confirmation to what the Most High has already shown us. We didn't need you or the white man or the chiefs of your tribes to tell us the truth. The Most High has brought it all back to us through the Holy Spirit. And now all you're doing is just confirming what the Most High has shown us. So as Chapman said, the Cherokee Nation is also trying to confront anti-black racism in the indigenous communities and should be commended for it. Now, I don't know, man. If you're a Native American and you have been put at the bottom and you've been treated like crap and you have had, everything taken from you, rape, rob, murder, and stolen everything and whatever else, why the hell would you be having anti-black sentiment when supposedly we're brothers and we've been going through the same thing? Supposedly we are the same. We've been going through the same thing, but you have anti-black sentiment. That's because many of you have taken the bag and you have been coached to hate us, because that is why you get what you get. That is how you get what you get. That's why you get to be the Indians. You get to play Indian. You get to have the powwows. You get to have all that. And why am I say, hey, if I'm going to give you this, you're going to be in league with me. You better hate them black people too. Like Esau hates us. All the other nations have been hating us. But there's people in every group that have the spirit also. that join with us. There are going to be some in every group that are going to tell the truth, and they're going to get them curses just like we do. Every family's got some. Damn, I don't know why. It could be certain people in different groups. It just nothing ever works for them. Them curses just follow them too. Been following them too. And then at the end, they get awakened just like we do. That's why they always love it and say, all Negroes are this, and all white people are that, and all natives are... I don't deal with all. That's not how this works. I deal with the spirit. Okay? So again, Chapman said the Cherokee Nation is also trying to confront anti-black racism in indigenous communities and should be commended for it. So supposedly you guys are all at the bottom. We're all at the bottom together, but a lot of these people, and I can feel it too when I go to some of these powwows, this anti-black feeling. But I'd be anti-black too if I knew I stole all their stuff. I'd be anti-black too if I knew eventually they're going to wake up and figure it all out. I'd be anti-black too if I didn't want to tell the truth and I knew eventually these people were going to be, figuring things out. I'm going to try to keep them down as long as possible because that's the only way that I'm going to be able to enjoy their shit. The only way you can, enjoy our stuff is if we're asleep. So I'm going to hate these people, man, because, man, if they wake up, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And they know it. So like I said, it's all about the spirit and who the Most High is awakening at this point. So what's next? Hoskin. Hold on. It should be commended for it. Well, I got to read that part again. Chapman said the Cherokee Nation is also trying to confront anti-black racism in indigenous communities and should be commended for it. After 140 years? Now we should commend you for it? After you've stolen all my history? After you've given all of my, my come-ups, all of my money to the other nations? After you've given all my money to the so-called white man so he can get all of my free education, free health care, all that stuff, all my money. He gets, you guys making money off casinos. That's how you guys got casinos, based off these laws that you've given us nothing for. You looking down on us for 140 years, but now I'm supposed to commend you for this? Hell no. Hell no. I ain't commending you for jack. Do it when it's not forced upon you. So you see, you guys all talk about how you all see the stars, y'all see the signs, you see the signs of our rise. That's what you see. And now you're trying to get on the right side. But the Most High has a testimony against all. Hoskins said the Cherokee Nation and other tribes will set up their lobbying efforts in Congress to make the changes to the federal law. Oh, so you got to go to the white man again? He going to let you know if you can include us so-called black people? You got to get approval from him, huh? You got to get approval to say if we're native or not? Okay, cool. Keep that same energy, bro. Keep that same energy. But he said the tribe is also considering legal challenges to the federal court system. And there's has a big backlog of cases in their courts. Okay. So, just wanted to read that article and kind of give our breakdown because there's the timing is impeccable. It is impeccable. These are our lands. Most High is going to give it all back to us. You've shown that you don't care about these lands. They mean nothing to you. When you sold 100 square miles of our lands to the Europeans for $75, you let it stay in there in these private hands until 2010. And then all of a sudden, then it was important to you in 2010, and this country bought it back. And then all of a sudden, now with restrictions, now you can't go on it. Now you can't touch it. Now you can't enter. In fact, there's a door that's open right there where there are these people going in and out of it. But you damn sure can't go in and out of it. But they were going inside. And before, they used to let people go inside of it. But that door is open right there, and people were going in and out of it. You just put up another people, just like you did with the natives, government-approved people to say that they're the people. That's what we got here with these Mayans they show you today. Government-approved Mayans. Again. Nothing different. Same story, different place. But that's all right, because all of this is still going to be given to our people, and we will be activating it real soon. We will be activating those ley lines with the power of the Most High and the Holy Spirit real soon. Just like they have on the walls in the churches from this brother Kudamil, his video from a few years ago, showing the representation, the man right there in the red, that's the representation of the true Aboriginals, the true original people of these lands. The one on the left, that's an African. The one standing up nice and tall in the red, that's what was represented. That's who was representing the indigenous people. So I don't need you to go to the government and see if they're going to let you include us blackies now. You're gonna make a law. I'm gonna go and lobby these people to see if they'll let us, include you so-called black people, into our group. I thought you guys were the Cherokee. I thought y'all could make your own decisions. But again, it just proves that you don't have any power whatsoever. You made a covenant. You took the bag. Now deal with it. Just like it shows you right here. Without Atlantis, how can we explain the fact that the early Egyptians were depicted by themselves as red men? Red men is also still black men, okay? Brown men, okay? On their own monuments. And on the other hand, how can we account for the representation of Negroes on the monuments of Central America? Yeah, because we are the people. These are our lands. We've been here. We don't need your approval. Just like we don't need your approval for the breakdown of our scriptures anymore. We don't need your approval for which books we can read, which books are relevant to the Bible, which are, your government approved 66 books. That's what you do. Government approved 66 books, but you only run to Paul. Government approved, you don't read the Bible. Our priests and pastors read it for you and interpret it for you. That's how the government does it. That's how you do it. That's how we used to do it when we knew no better. So Desiree Charnay, now engaged in exploring those monuments, has published in the North American Review, for December 1880, photographs of a number of idols exhumed at San Juan de Teotihuacan, from which I select the following strikingly Negroid faces. Oh, but, we got people talking about how all the black people here are all Africans. All Africans. I don't know if you knew this, but Africans and Negroes are totally different people. They didn't say African faces, but Negroid faces. Africans don't like us either, because they were our enemies. Just like tonight when we get ready to observe Passover, it was Hamites against Israelites, not Ishmaelites against Ish people. It was Hamites and Israelites who looked the same. Just like they try to use people who look the same between Arabs today and Ish now. They knew back then that Hamites and Israelites look the same. But trust me, if you go and talk to these Arabs today, you're going to ask, are you guys Hamites? They're going to say no. Then how in the hell can you say you're the people that are actually, in the Bible? You can't, because you're not the people. They weren't Arabs. But see, it was funny because in that new Netflix show talking about the story of Moses, they just depict all the lies from jump. They said, the Israelites. Just go to the first episode and listen to the first few minutes. Oh, the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt for 400 years. That's a lie. You got all these supposedly smart people coming up with these shows on Netflix talking about the Bible and Moses. First thing is out of their mouths is a lie. Prove it. I said they were sojourning for 430 years. In 250 years, they were just kind of wandering back and forth. So that's 215 years. Then Joseph was there. The Israelites came and lived in Egypt for a while. They were not enslaved when they got there. So then another Pharaoh had to come who knew not Joseph. And then he began to enslave the Israelites. That is not 400 years. So they put that BS out there because they try to push that. Oh, no, man. It's not. No, don't look at 1619, 2019. That already happened in the past. No, it didn't. That's a lie. Then it was they were showing Moses, and then they were kind of showing stuff that happened in Egypt, and they're showing Arabs. Then he goes to the desert, and he shows up to where his future wife is, and they're also now they're black people. Why? Because supposedly, I guess he went down the Sahara and black people are sub-Saharan. So all of a sudden he shows up there, and it's black people when he's fighting at the well, defending Midian's daughters, right? And they're represented as black people down there. So like I said, it's your last gasp of pushing the BS. That'll work for people who want to believe the BS. Hey, trust me, you got many people here who do not want to believe that we are the people and that there are people about to have to pay. Plenty of people don't want to believe that, but you're going to. Because that's exactly what's about to happen. If it's not, prove it. Showing you guys, we've been talking about blood quantum for a few months, and all of a sudden now they're fighting for black people's rights. Now they're exposing the fact that Indians, a lot of natives have anti-black sentiment. 2021 is when they started to figure out they wanted to try to include black people in all this. Now you ain't trying to include us, get us in it. There you go. They're my ancestors. Good representation. Wanting their revenge. Asking the Most High, right? How much longer, Most High? Watching the things going on down here. How much longer, Most High? How much longer do we have to wait? He said, just wait a little while longer. Just wait. I need that number. And then I'm going to turn my face back to your people, waking them up, and then it's going to be on. And that's exactly where we're at. Oh, praise His Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement of earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledge Yahweh Shai. Shalom.